Well, thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, for the sake of all of those who founded this nation and dreamed of what America could someday be, and for the sake of all of those since then who have died in darkness so that all of us as Americans could walk in the light of freedom in this moment. It is so very important that those of us who are privileged to be members of this United States Congress pause from time to time and remind ourselves of why we are really all here. Thomas Jefferson, whose words marked the beginning of this nation, said, "The care of human life and its happiness, and not its destruction, is the chief and only object of good government." The phrase in the 15th Amendment, Fifth Amendment capsulizes our entire Constitution. It says, "No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law." And the 14th Amendment says, "No state shall deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws." Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, protecting the lives of all innocent Americans and their constitutional rights is why we are really all here. And yet today, Madam Speaker, a great and tragic shadow looms over America. More than 18,000 very late-term abortions are occurring in America every year, placing the mothers at exponentially greater risk and subjecting their little pain-capable unborn babies to torture and death without anesthesia or federal protection of any kind. This in the land of the free and the home of the brave. It is the greatest and most insidious human rights atrocity in the United States today. Almost every other major civilized nation on earth protects pain-capable unborn babies at this age, and every credible poll of the American people shows that they are overwhelmingly in favor of protecting them. And yet we have given these little babies less legal protection from unnecessary cruelty than the protection we have given farm animals under the Federal Humane Slaughter Act. And you know, Madam Speaker, it seems like we're never quite so eloquent as when we decry the crimes of a past generation. And how is it that sometimes we're so staggering blind when it comes to facing and rejecting the worst atrocities in our own time? But today, Madam Speaker, I'm especially thankful because the winds of change are now beginning to blow, and the tide of blindness and blood is finally turning in America. There is a new leader who lives in the White House, and he is deeply committed to protecting the least of these, our little brothers and sisters. And Madam Speaker, today we are poised to pass the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act in this chamber. And no matter how it is shouted down or what distortions or deceptive what-ifs, distractions, divisions, gotchas, twisting of words, changing the subject, or blatant falsehoods the abortion industry hurls at this bill and its supporters, this bill is a deeply sincere effort, beginning at their 6th month of pregnancy, to protect both mothers and their pain-capable unborn babies from the atrocity of late-term abortion on demand. And ultimately, it is a bill all humane Americans will support if they truly understand it for themselves. And Madam Speaker, this will be a vote that all of us will remember for the rest of our lives. And it will be a time now for the U.S. Senate to find the courage and the humanity to take a stand for these, the most helpless of all human victims. The Senate's action will be considered in the annals of history, and I believe in the councils of eternity itself. And Madam Speaker, passing this bill really shouldn't be so hard, because in spite of all of the political noise, protecting little pain-capable unborn children and their mothers is not a Republican issue, and it's not a Democrat issue. It is a test of our basic humanity and who we are as a human family. So it's time for the members of the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate to open our eyes and our souls and remember that protecting those who cannot protect themselves is why we are really all here. And it's time for us, all of us as Americans, Madam Speaker, to open our eyes and our hearts to the humanity of these little pain-capable children of God and the inhumanity of what is being done to them. With that, Madam Speaker, I would yield.